The story of the broken robot begins deep underground in a government facility.
Let me tell you how the commies plant propaganda back home.
Compelled by his intense fear of communists living amongst American society, President Eisenhower created Project Jitterbug, a plan to subversively control the American public through popular music. The first phase of Jitterbug was to isolate the essence of pop, to deconstruct the music of the youth to synthesize it.
September 13th, 1953. We've just received another memorandum from the President. Eisenhower has restated the message. Get the children dancing, you can get them marching.
After numerous failures, June 16, 1964, marked the first successful boot of the Singing Machine. But it wasn't very good and they had to fix it.
It was then we realized the robot lacked the necessary experience and luck.
A mate was constructed to entice the Singing Machine. They experienced a whirlwind romance. But still, the music was lacking.
Heartbreak. The blues is what it takes to make the heart sing, so he put an end to the relationship.
The change was drastic. The machine began to work.
Initial reactions were not positive. His first act with the lap lickers seemed to a lot of people like too little too late. And the government, of course, had it spinning 24/7 on the radio. And people just weren't buying it.
The public reaction grew from confusion, to anger, to violence. Under the cover of darkness, government agents smuggled the Singing Machine out to Eastern Europe and demanded he disappear. The world forgot about the Singing Machine.
Well, I was hazed, of course, and I see this little gent parked in the corner, and I try to tell Brian, and Brian just basically shouts, "Who the hell is the Singing Machine?"
Who the hell is the Singing Machine? I don't know. I guess it shouted pretty loudly and he heard me. Now, I don't believe in guilt, but, Kolu has a soft spot for Tragic Creations.
It was an odd state of being for the little guy. He felt like his purpose had been stripped from him before he had the chance to fully understand it. I began to see a lot of myself in him.
Frankly, the guy's a bit of a downer. Always frowning, women just found him revolting. That's why I'm surprised and cool asked him to come along with us. I mean, the last thing we needed was another excuse for women to avoid us.
The Singing Machine was smuggled back into the United States disguised as a tape recorder.
No one recognized him because nobody knew who he was.
He began to spend time at Incredulous Pictures Studios.
I mean, it was a no-brainer. I mean, we have the Singing Machine. Let's make some music.
The Singing Machine's first contribution came in Incredulous Pictures' first film, Relations, in a piece he co-wrote. Typewriter Metamorphosis. While Relations was a critical failure, its soundtrack gained praise for its simplicity and musicality.
So I called him up, congratulated him, said, "Great job, SM. Wondering if you can come write music for IP." And that was the last time I spoke to him before his accident. Nasty business, really.
Feeling useless and distraught, successful, and yet fearful of success, the Singing Machine went to Liberty State Park and tried to jump off the edge, here inadvertently captured in a tourist's photograph. The fall culminated with a rock, rendering the Singing Machine into two pieces.
I mean, knowing what we know about SM, I mean, this should be the low point in his life. But after that fall, something had switched in him. Something was very different.
The Singing Machine emerged from the incident reborn, calling himself the Broken Robot. He reported back to Incredulous Pictures.
He came back in with suddenly excited. I just thought, oh great, another robot trying to steal my spotlight.
I mean, he came into IP, sat down at the piano, and just banged out hit after hit. I mean, the guy's a machine, a literal machine. And I had dinner date in the can, and I basically said, take it, run. And 2 days later, soundtrack was done.
So, here, now, the debut of the Broken Robot.
Get the feeling that the rain is getting to my brain, and the weather is better when you get to complain. But the water gets in on my workings, feel the lever twist, hear the engine turning. An umbrella is a good idea for the rain if you're planning all your time for your cryptins. And I do, I wonder if the ocean could bury all the salt through over your shoulder in a fit of madness. And I don't know if you know, but you can't get something someone ain't giving. It's sad, but I know there's an order to the process enforced by the season we're living in. I think on a molecular level there's something in the paper that makes people believe what they read in the paper, and the paper is the rain's natural enemy. The city traffic using news umbrellas, and I don't know if you know, but you can't get something someone ain't giving. It's sad, but I know there's an order to the process enforced by the season we're living in. Get the feeling that the rain is getting to my brain, and the weather is better when you get to complain. But the water gets in on my workings, feel the lever twist, feel the engine turning. An umbrella is a good idea for the rain if you're planning all your time for your cryptins. And I do, I wonder if the ocean could bury all the salt you threw over your shoulder in a fit of madness. And I don't know if you know, but you can't get something someone ain't giving. It's sad, but I know there's an order to the process enforced by the season we're living in.